Welcome to Trident Astrology. I'm Janine Kane. Today, I'm going to be going over the numerology and tarot symbolism for the month of October. This month is a universal 5 month. This is easily calculated by adding the digits of the year in question, 2020, with the digit of the month, 10. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 is 5. In numerology, 5 represents abrupt change, expressiveness, and unpredictability. It often represents freedom or the need for freedom, adventure, novelty, restlessness. It is very Uranian by nature and or strongly associated with the planet Uranus. 5 is also very Aquarian. So when 5 comes up, it means that there's likely something around the corner that we need to adjust to. There might be a challenge, certainly an abrupt change. 5 in the Bible means God's grace. I find this an interesting layer of symbolism because 5 can symbolize the need to use temperance and balance during times of change. This is certainly a theme for us during the month of October astrologically. Change can bring with it an unsettling or challenging, or bring about challenging events, and sometimes can bring strife. So 5 prepares us to make adjustments to these kinds of experiences. Now, it's common knowledge that 5 is the number between 1 and 9, which is located right in the middle of the balancing point. And in this way, the number 5 can be understood as a pivotal point of change. Very similar to the Libra symbolism of the balancing scales, which foresees change. And so when things change for the good or the bad, temperance, level-headedness, adjustment, and balance are often necessity. 5 is commonly known as the symbol of transformation, which combines the 4 elements with spirit. And this is what it looks like here. The tarot cards associated with the number 5 are the Temperance card and the Hierophant card. The Temperance card, we experience purgatory as a process of refinement. Change and strife require patience and moderation. Temperance reminds us to not force direction, but to go with the flow of the situation. She reminds us to remain flexible with change. And this card has some very interesting symbolism. So if we look at the feet here, one foot is in the water and one foot is on earth. One foot in the water is one foot in emotions, whilst the other one is balancing the other foot on the ground. So it's kind of balancing emotions with groundedness, a sense of groundedness. We also see that the Temperance card, she has 2 cups of water. Now, in tarot symbology, cups represent our emotions. So she is balancing her emotions here. Another really interesting symbology in the tarot here is the symbology of the wings, which is symbolizes purging of the old and the infinite possibilities of the new. Next, we have the Hierophant card. There, put it this way. The Hierophant symbolizes the messenger. It's very mercurial. It's also very Uranian. The Hierophant symbolizes one's own competence. It reminds us to sanctify the turning points with reverence. Spiritual openness to change is another symbolism of this card. The Hierophant encourages spiritual perspective of difficult events. He symbolizes non-conformity and spiritual leadership. This is the Uranian influence in this card. we are reminded that when we seek a message, we need to discern whether to seek answers outwardly or inwardly. The symbolism here, we look at the Hierophant's staff. This symbolizes us not to be sheep, but a shepherd, to be inwardly directing. Also, we can look at the hand, the blessing hand here. This symbolizes the Hermetic wisdom from Hermes Trismegistus, as above, so below. This reminds us to go with the flow of the Tao, to trust the flow of life, to trust God, to trust the divine. And the two monks here, the monks shaving their heads symbolizes the openness to the divine, or the Tao, or to God, whatever you want to call it. Numerology is also associated with gemstones. So since this month is the numerology of 5, which encompasses a lot of change and restlessness, the gemstones that are associated with the number 5 are like the amethyst and the blue lace agate, hematite, and labradorite. Many of these stones are wonderful during times of change and are helpful in grounding us. My favorite is labradorite. This is a very powerful stone. I don't know if you can see, but it has this translucence to it, and it's like multifaceted colorations inside. It is great companion during change, the labradorite is. It is highly mystical and protective stone, and it forms a barrier to negative energies. It strengthens faith and trust in the universe, and especially during times of change. The next stone I have is the blue lace agate. It's a very calming stone. It is great for healing the nervous system, which during times of change, our nervous system can get really tense. So I find that the blue lace agate can be a very calming stone. And it's great also for starting something new, which this month is also symbolic of. The next stone I have here is the rose quartz. This stone represents love and infinite peace. It brings in healing and draws off negative energy and replaces it with loving energy. This is also good for a numerology, a universal numerology number 5 for the universal month of 5. The next stone I have is a selenite wand. This selenite is wonderful for cleansing, and it's self-cleansing, by the way, and it helps balance all the chakras. So it's really good to just kind of clean and get all your chakras balanced, especially during a very intense month of October, being that it is a universal 5 month. This can bring about clarity of mind, and it also forms a protective grid around the home, bringing in a peaceful energy. Next, I have hematite, and tourmaline, and amethyst. And these stones are really great for balancing our highs and lows, since a 5 energy can bring in a lot of emotional change and abruptness. So my suggestion is it's really good to know your gemstones for each of the energies of the giving month, because it can help kind of help us go with the energy of that month and help ground us, or whatever energy is particular to that month. So October, being a universal 5 month, may bring about a lot of changes, and it could be abrupt changes. As such, we want to prepare our mind, our body, and our soul by practicing patience and temperance at this time. So this month is about balancing, level-headedness, and flexibility during times of change. So my preference is to try to meditate or use crystal work. Um, and that can really be in service to the times the intense energy of this month. So do whatever practices work for you to maintain harmony and peace during this month. If you're interested in receiving a complete list of the associated gemstones and numerology, I'll be putting in a link at the description to my blog. So that's it for the numerology and tarot symbolism for the month of October. I hope it's helpful in preparing for the energies for the month ahead. Blessings and love.